So, I've literally just finished watching DJI's announcement about their new drone, the DJI Spark, and what an awesome bit of kit it actually is. Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new video where today we are going to be talking about the big announcement, what DJI have just done, announcing the Spark. And if you remember from about 4 days ago, I was about to go and buy myself the Mavic Pro. Soon as I went to buy it, I kind of went onto DJI's website and saw that they had an announcement that they're going to be releasing a new product, which has literally just happened for me now. So I waited 4 days to see what DJI had to offer, and they have offered the Spark, which is just an incredible little drone. So if you don't know what the Spark is, and if you missed the announcement, let me briefly tell you what the Spark has to offer. And I think the main thing, what they wanted to get across was the size of the thing, and it's literally the size of a phone. Well, actually, they held it up next to a soda can. Unfortunately, I don't have a soda can with me. I have a cider can, and the drone is literally the size of this, and it weighs less than a can of drink, which is crazy. And they kept reiterating the size and how fun and easy this drone was to fly. And I think the main thing to say with it is you don't need a controller. It doesn't actually come with a controller, which is kind of crazy. So you might be thinking, well, how do you control the drone? It's pretty much all done by gestures. So for instance, when you get the drone, you put it in your hand, you press a button, and it will fly off from your hand, and it will just stay completely in front of you. If you wanted to move it back, you hold your hand up and you push it away. And if you wanted to come closer, you pull it closer. You wanted to go left, you wanted to go right. It feels like you're in Star Wars. Well, it looks like you're in Star Wars. When they're moving it around, it's like they're using the Force to actually control a flying object, which is awesome. And if you want to take a picture, all you have to do is put the drone up in the air using your crazy gestures. Do this to say take a picture, and it will count down. It will take a picture of you. I mean, this is futuristic, and I love it. So when you're using your gestures and you're moving this drone around in the sky, it can go about 16 feet away from you by just kind of pushing the drone away, and it comes to about 3 foot away from you when you like pull it in closer. If you connect it to your phone with the phone app, you can actually make it go to about 100 meters away from your phone, which is about 100 yards or so. But there is an optional controller you can buy as well, which is an extra, but it does mean that you can fly this drone up to 1.2 miles away. And when it is connected to the optional controller and it can go up to 1.2 miles away, it can go up to 31 miles an hour as well. So this thing is super teeny, and it can go pretty damn quick as well. And another thing to mention as well is obviously it is tiny. It's like the size of this can. It has a flight time of up to 16 minutes, which isn't a crazy long flight time. For instance, like the Mavic Pro can do like a 27-minute flight time. This thing's like half the size, so it goes for about half the time in the air. But one thing to point out as well, which I think is incredible, is it has a micro USB on it, which means you can charge it on the go. So you don't necessarily need multiple batteries. You can obviously buy multiple batteries to be able to plug in wherever you are, but you can also take a USB charger pack and charge this little baby up wherever you are. So when it's flying around pretty much on its own by you just doing the gestures, you might be thinking, well, what happens if there's a tree there or something? It actually has optical avoidance, so it knows the environment around it. So if you're going to be pushing it into a tree or something, it will know to go around the tree and not fly into it. So hopefully this thing doesn't crash, but if you do crash it, you can actually get it covered by DJI Care Refresh, and they will actually replace the drone up to twice with that initial payment for that care plan, which is pretty damn awesome. One thing they kept saying was how immediate this drone is and how quickly you can share the footage. You no longer have to take the SD card out, plug it into your laptop, do the editing, do your color grading, export, then upload and share. You could literally get this drone to talk directly to your phone, so all the footage it's filming goes straight onto your phone, and it can basically choose the best moments of its flight and edit you like a 30-second clip straight away without you having to do anything. Just click a few buttons on the app and share the video, which it does, which is incredible, which means it's so super fast and even quicker to actually share your moments in your life. And one thing which is super incredible as well is it has its built-in flight paths. So for instance, if you wanted to fly it up in the air and you were walking along, there's a function called rocket where it literally goes directly down and it flies directly up from you. There's circle where it can like spiral around you, so you no longer have to actually physically use a controller to get these amazing cinematic shots. And there's two more quick shots which it can do. One of them is called Helix, where the drone is literally looking at you and it will spiral and it will get further and further and further away from you. And lastly, it can do droney, which means it's looking at you very close and you get those epic long pull-out shots away from you. Again, these 4 built-in programmed flight paths just make this drone so flipping easy that anyone can physically fly this thing and get epic cinematic shots. One thing to mention as well with the press release is they focused a lot on pictures as well as video. So it's no longer just a drone to take epic cinematic drone shots for video, it also takes awesome pictures, and that's why they spent a long time talking about how well the pictures were. So now let's talk about the camera. The actual camera has a slightly better sensor than most smartphones on the market at the moment. It has a 12 megapixel camera, so your pictures are going to be super, super nice. But one thing to mention is it's not 4K. It shoots full 1080 video at 30 frames a second, but it doesn't shoot 4K images for video. And another cool thing about the pictures from this drone is they've actually added a feature called shallow focus, which basically means it intelligently knows what's going to be the kind of the main focus of a picture, and it will drop the focus kind of behind or possibly in front depending on the picture to get those like very nice looking pictures. It's no longer just going to have everything in focus. It will actually make it look like it's been professionally taken. And now you might be thinking to yourself, James, just get on with it. Tell me, how much does this drone actually cost? Well, it comes in at a very reasonable price. It comes in at $499, which is actually £519. And if you want to get the combo, which comes with like extra batteries and charging blocks and propeller blades and propeller guards and stuff, is $699 and £699. So actually this comes in at a very, very reasonable price. And just to put this into some form of context, the price is about half the price of the Mavic Pro. So overall, my conclusion of this DJI Spark is pretty much summed up in the few words they use in their press release: easy, fun, and immediate. It's super easy to use because you don't actually need a controller. It can all be used by gestures, which leads on to fun. I mean, what's not fun about moving objects around in the sky with your hands? It's incredible. And the immediate is you can literally film for 5 minutes, all that footage goes straight into your phone, and immediately it will edit its own best bits video and post online to share with your friends and family, which is incredible, which means that this drone is more for like the everyday casual use. It's not really for like the high-end filmmaker, obviously, because it doesn't have incredible camera such as a 4K camera or anything like that. It's for the pretty much everyday use. And for instance, it's perfect for vloggers. If you want to go out and you want to film yourself skateboarding, walking the dog, or doing just some cool stuff around the city or in a park or somewhere, this drone is so easy. You literally just press a button, it flies up and it does everything for you. You don't necessarily have to think about the shots because everything is pre-programmed into it, which is amazing. So it's perfect for the target audience. And again, the price range I think is very, very affordable for a lot of people who are interested in drones but don't want to spend double the money to get an actual higher end, bigger budget type drone and have to worry about learning how to fly it, because this DJI Spark flies itself. So overall, I think this is an incredible piece of kit. But there's always a but. And if you remember at the beginning of this video, I said I didn't know whether to go for the Mavic or wait for this new announcement. And obviously I'm waiting for this new announcement. Which one am I going to choose? And I'm going to choose the Mavic Pro. And there's a few reasons behind it. Yes, the Spark is incredible, and if I just wanted to use it for my everyday daily vlogs, I would probably go for the Spark. Like I just summed up, it's easy, it's fun, it's affordable, and anyone and everyone can use it. I could literally give it to Holly and she could fly and get those shots without having to worry about the actual physical controller and stuff. But because I'm not just a vlogger, I'm also a filmmaker as well. I don't necessarily just need to film myself doing things, I want to actually film other people doing things, and I want to have a bit more control over the drone, and also I want it to be slightly more future-proofed, such as a 4K camera, which the Mavic Pro has and the DJI Spark doesn't have. So if I wasn't filming other things as an actual filmmaker, like professionally, then I would definitely go for the Spark. Like I just said, the ease, the money, and everything is incredible, but I think that I see kind of more benefits as a professional filmmaker within the Mavic Pro than the Spark. But that being said, they are both incredible drones for kind of different reasons. So there we have it. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed today's video and found it informative. If you have, please smash a big fat thumbs up on today's video, and why don't you comment down below right now, what are your thoughts on the Spark? I would love to know what they are in the comment section down below, and if you want to see some epic drone shots in my upcoming videos, because I'm no doubt going to be filming some amazing and epic drone shots with a brand new drone, make sure you hit the subscribe button and follow us on our awesome adventure, and I will see all of you soon. Goodbye!